have you set yourselves this ambition to make sure you back up a West Coast win by not falling to North Melbourne?
Oh, mate, I guess we haven't necessarily spoken about it as of yet, but we only got in yesterday and we really spoke about reviewing the game that was. But yeah, we're definitely keen on making sure that level of consistency is something that we're really trying to build and to strive for. So yeah, of course we're going to come out and make sure that we're performing well.
What do you understand about yourselves as to why that would happen? That when you've got a game that everyone says they'll win this one, that Port doesn't?
Yeah, it hasn't. How's it looking at the moment? 3-2. You're looking at the Richmond game was a disappointing one, and we just weren't able to close out that one. So I think for the most part of this year, we've actually been playing some pretty consistent footy. You're looking across the board, and for the most part, we've been able to sustain that. We've just probably let ourselves down on those couple of games. But I think the way that we're trying to play is, a lot more free-flowing, a lot more, taking the game on when it's there. And I think that's then resulting in better performances so far.
Does it concern you, or is it a good alarm bell when North Melbourne are being hit from pillar to post, so they're going to come out firing?
Oh, the way the comp is these days, everyone's coming out firing, and more times than not, you're not really seeing too many easy wins, and so North Melbourne, we played them earlier in the pre-season. They're a strong competitive side, and we know that. So we know they're going to come out hard and come out keen to make amends for sort of how their season started, and I think that we're going to be ready for that.
Is what Roach is sort of getting at before? Port wins a lot of hard games and loses a few easy ones. Is that a fair criticism of the club over the last few years, do you think?
Oh, mate, it's disappointing that it's sort of seen like that, but the reality is that we probably have been losing a few of those the games that we go into as favourites. There's probably been a few cases of that, more so probably on the back end of last season than any time. So we're making sure that we're striving to, like I said, knock that sort of criticism back, and I guess that's just how everyone else is seeing it, and therefore then we need to make sure that we're performing.
You've played a lot of footy. Why do you think that might be the case for a team to drop a few games like that and then come back and bounce back?
There's probably a few bigger issues at the back end of last year. Like, the first half of last year, you probably weren't saying that at all, So, it's an interesting one to say just one reason. It's probably a bit too hard to just nut out, the back end of last year we didn't do this. There was a fair bit of stuff that was going on around the place, and I feel like we've adjusted and changed some things around the club, and I think that we're in a better space to maintain that consistency and win those games.
Good to catch up with Jared Pollock, Jasper Pittard. What's the tactic? Do you give him the silent treatment? Do you give him a bit of extra attention? Have you thought about that at all?
Well, I guess we probably got that. They got that first run at Albert in the pre-season, and most of the time it's I'm mates with Jasper and get on fine with Polly as well. So a lot of it's sort of just having a bit of fun with them before the game and hopefully after the game once we win. But when the game's there to be played, you just play it like as any opponent, and then probably have your time to catch up and stuff later on.
Do you expect any crowd reaction with those two guys in particular?
I don't think so. There might be a little bit towards Polly and maybe even a little bit towards Jasper. I think that Jasper sort of went for more opportunity and Polly went for other reasons, and so it depends on how they take that. As players, we understand that there's that business side to football nowadays, and so we're not holding any grudges against Polly. I think that when you're getting offered those sort of deals and stuff, it's hard to say no to. So we're not sitting there going, Polly should be still here or anything like that. I think that we've moved on as a group and they've moved on as players, and it'll be interesting to see the reception though. I'm sure some fans out there will be pretty keen to throw their 2 cents in.
Brad, West Coast made a big issue about that stadium and the turf and the surface. Did you find it hard? And how
it's a hard surface, but it's not too bad. I think there's always some teething issues with grounds around the country, and Optus is no different. The state's normally pretty hot and dry, and therefore when you play them at the start of the season there, you're probably expecting it's going to be a bit like that. So I found the ground okay. It is harder than the grounds, and your feet get a bit sore, but I don't think it's any real concern.
Rosie and Sam Powell-Pepper, how are they at the moment?
They're
After
good.
last week's little moments.
After last week's moments, what moments are we
Ankle
talking?
and calf.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, that's how much I was sort of saying. Yeah, they both trained and both looked okay yesterday. So I don't think there's any area of concern for them boys. I think they'll be up and about and ready to go again.
Brett, you're on the end now of how Port Adelaide moves the ball as a forward.
Yeah.
How much better is this game that you play on, you run, you load up more options in attack? How much better is it than the one you were playing last year?
Well, from a forwards perspective, I'm really only going on this year, and I've been enjoying it, mate. It's good. Yeah, I think it's a bit more free flowing. It probably makes the forwards movement a little bit more predictable. You're able to sort of time your run and time your leads a little bit differently, and you are able to catch defences off guard a little bit. I think that the way that we're trying to play is, like I said, a lot more attacking, a lot more free flowing, and hopefully that's then translating to better performances and more wins.
Harder to defend against when you play that sort of
football? Well, I think so. Yeah, you do find that a stagnant, sort of slow moving team are easier to play against, and that's probably what we found out at the end of last year, that our game style was being able to be slowed down, and this year we've really tried to change that. So it's been working okay.
Is it actually a double flip here whereby you haven't got Dixon that makes it everyone else has to stand up, so you've got more and more options in attack? That actually a good thing's come, silver lining is that he's not there, everyone else has to. Yeah,
I guess that when you got a player like Dicko out, it's never good. You want to make sure that Dicko's still in the team and performing. But I think that it does. It throws Toddy Marshall into that key forward position. Paddy Ryder and Scotty Lycett are able to sort of move around and keep the opposition guessing, because you never know who's going to be down there. And then it does make you. Like myself, I'm probably having to play taller than what you normally would, and it's everyone understood at the start of the year that was going to happen, and I think that we've been playing pretty well to that sort of that game style.
Is dirty ball going to be a feature every week now?
Dirty ball, footy? Yeah. Is that the talk? Is it the dirty ball? I don't know whether necessarily. You don't mind that? that's the title we're going with. I think that like every team, you're always trying to play that hard contested footy, and so. We're always trying to play that style. Whether we call it dirty ball each week, I'm not too sure. But I think that it was good that we were able to. The conditions probably helped out with dirty ball on the weekends. So I'm not sure if it's always going to be like that. But like I said, we're always trying to play that strong contested footy that that is led off defence and then playing some strong offence off it. So we'll see.
Stevie's response was good in the sample. I know you're not part of selection, but is there a chance he can come back in? I know traditionally last year Kenny sort of makes blokes to go down and spend at least a few weeks in there, but is it an option that he can come straight back?
Oh mate, there's always an option there. He's he showed that he can. He's back to sort of playing some good footy. Whether 1 week's enough, and it's always hard coming off of a big win for us. So it's always hard to say who's going to go out in place of that. So. He might end up spending another week or two, I'm not too sure, but at least he's able to get that touch back and get some form back so that when he does come back in, he's ready to fire at the AFL level.